Hey guys, how we doing? So we got some stuff to talk about. We got some pretty big debates. We got some reactions. We got a lot to discuss. And the first thing that I'm going to be discussing is my homie Coldraven. Coldraven has recently gotten a couple false copyright strikes from someone known as Gay Roommate 2020. I'm not showing any of her videos because he had his reaction paused, like his YouTube paused, and she still struck him. Okay. So, in order to avoid that, I'm not showing her content, but essentially, what she does is she voices over these comics of like these fluffy baby ponies getting tortured and abused and whatever. Right? It's pretty disgusting fetish content. And obviously, because Johnny is very good about calling that shit out, that is what he did. Okay. He called that shit out. And not only did she false strike him, she laughed that she was getting clout from it. Okay? She was getting clout from it. Meanwhile, the guy who requested the comic to be voiced over also struck Coldraven. Now, if you don't know who Coldraven is, this guy is in the Mondo Gore community. He vocally reviews mixtapes. Like, he doesn't show anything, he just talks about them. Because awareness needs to be spread to the public about what these things are, what they contain, and how disturbing they might be. You know, they're at the very bottom tier of the disturbing movies iceberg, so it's kind of a good idea for people to know what they are without having to stumble upon them, if that makes sense. Anyway, Johnny is also the guy who called out EDP 445 for being a predator before anyone else even picked up on it. He's been beefing with EDP for years. Literal years. So, to say that, to demonize this man like that, I don't fuck with that. I'm just gonna be fair with you. So, anyway, my thing is we need to have a discussion on it about how easily the copyright system is abused and how people will take 1,000 miles if you just give them an inch, right? And mind you, Coldraven was originally going to settle this in court. He decided that that was too far. All right? He decided it was too far. And he, wanted to privately email. He was just asking, hey, remove the strike. We can walk away from this peacefully. No big deal. She wants to lie and say that he, wanted to be intimate with her and send death threats and all this other crazy shit. And then on top of it, she hold on. She also just has been reported to be a serial harasser and doxer. And so when a copyright strike appeal requires you to send your physical personal information to the striker, it becomes a major issue because if she's already known for doing that shit, she could put him in very real danger. And on top of it, he doesn't just live alone. There are people that are not involved with any of this that live with him, and it should not be that dangerous for them to live with him because of this person doxing him. And then on top of that, this community that she claims to be a part of, this fluffy pony community, doesn't even like her because of these kinds of behavior. This is not the first time she's done this. This is not the first time that somebody has lost everything because of her. So I just want to put that out there. We're going to watch the video that Johnny made explaining this, and then I'm going to go over piece by piece. I do want to apologize if I stutter and if I ramble. I am autistic. I do have a lot of issues with clear, concise communication. Like, I can talk more than is needed. I over-explain things. Anyway, let's jump into this video right here.
Send this video to lyrics, turkey time, some ordinary.
Let me check my desktop audio right quick. Okay. Crank that bad boy up so you can see it. Alright. Hopefully this is loud enough for y'all. If just headphone warning, I don't know how loud it is. I don't have my headphones today.
Every game is critical. Chud Logic, Sensitive Society, Jamari Speaks, Pancho with Cheeto, all those other commentary guys out there. Send this to them. I now have 2 strikes on my YouTube channel, 1 more, and it's a wrap. Essentially, if you guys aren't aware of what's happening before I get into the situation, I will effectively be leaving YouTube until further notice. No more live streams, no more content, no nothing.
So, this is the part where he needs to be heard and seen. He's begging for commentary channels to take a look at this because we've already had an issue with people falsely, accusing people when we had the Wendigoon scandal with In Praise of Shadows. If you don't know, Wendigoon is a horror YouTuber who has covered the disturbing movies Iceberg, but he hasn't really covered like the specifics of it. But In Praise of Shadows went on an unhinged rant about him being a far-right extremist, and the friends that he follows on Twitter, he falsely accused of like R-wording, of, fascism. It's a whole 3-hour video. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that is like the most recent example that I can think of at this moment. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. This is what it has come to, and today I will effectively be doxxed. Today I'm going to get doxxed. That's essentially what's going to be happening today. Because what has happened, to make it very, very clear, I was talking about this thing called these fluffy pony content, and there's these comics. They're out online. Apparently, people like to draw ponies getting tortured, getting their skin ripped off, their eyes gouged out. Some ponies are baby ponies, and they hit their penises with hot glue guns, and their buttholes with hot glue guns, and people draw this stuff. It's a community, a very niche one.
Okay, so I do want to talk about this. There is a niche of My Little Pony content that is horror related. That is not related to this, actually. It's not like weird fetish content. But there is a horror art community for My Little Pony as well. One of my favorite artists, and I'm not a brony, by the way. I don't like My Little Pony, none of that. But there is an artist, Blitz Azalis Dash, I'm going to shout them out. They're from the Netherlands, going to college for art school. And they do draw, like, for example, the main 6, quote unquote, as going through some pretty, graphic deaths, transformations, whatnot, horror stories, you name it. That is completely different from this, but I want to reference it because it is in the same vein but different. Like, the art is terrifying, but it's not fetishized or anything like that. It is just literally horror scenarios. Like, think of Marvel Ruins. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's a what if story about the Marvel superheroes, essentially going through the worst of the worst. And it's kind of like what would happen if Invincible was a horror story. You know? That's the best way I can put it. But I just want to reference that right quick.
So I was talking trash about this community, making fun of them because this is some very weird degenerative shit. Now,
True.
essentially, because I was talking trash about this community and I was reacting to their videos, and I want to make this very clear. I have it recorded of what parts I was reacting to and what parts got struck. And it was a 2-minute section in which the video was paused, and I'm talking about the video while it's paused. The video was paused.
Yeah, no. The amount of lies that gay roommate literally made about what was actually happening in the portion that they struck is insane. He had the video paused. I didn't get to see this video, unfortunately, but it was uploaded to the Discord that Coldraven and I are a part of. He runs the Discord, but I mean, he uploaded the video directly as well as on YouTube. So I didn't see it at the time that it was posted, but I saw it after the facts. And like, why? Your voice was not used. The video was not actually playing. It was a like paused segment, kind of like how my YouTube is right now on this video. So what the fuck?
And the person named Gay Roommate 2020 still struck me with a copyright strike. Okay, still did it. And by the way, the art is not by Gay Roommate, it's by another creator. So she's still struck me.
Also, she takes requests to voice over these horrific comics. And I think the person that requested the comic, I think I said this earlier, also struck him. It's 3 strikes and you're out on YouTube. Like, and your IP banned from ever making an account to upload videos again. Let's keep that in mind. And this is Johnny's main source of income. This man has been homeless before. Okay? He pays rent with YouTube. He keeps the lights on.
I then got a second strike as of this morning by another content creator named as Fluffo. And that was for my other video. So all pony content, anytime I talk about it, this will be the last time I talk about it. I have privated all live streams referencing it in the slightest. There will be no more content on this YouTube channel until further notice.
And what sucks is that even if he does make content on YouTube, he essentially has to resuscitate this channel from the grave. It's going to take 3 or 4 months to get back to where he was. And he was making money to, do his job. You're taking away somebody's job. And it's like, it's over criticism. If you can't take criticism, then you don't need to be in a job that is based on research, opinions, and facts. Like, content creation is subjective to everyone. Art is subjective to everyone, but at the same time, you have to be open for critique, positive and negative. I know that as a content creator, I am a fucking rookie. Okay? I am a rookie. I probably will never get to the level that I want to be at, and that's okay. I don't do this for my job. But those who do, they're doing everything they can to have a good livelihood. And the people that are professionals at this, they have to be open to criticism. Like, and this is just such a bad way to go about it.
There will be no more live streams on this YouTube channel until further notice. That's just what it's come down to. Essentially, they have taken away my job. This is my main source of income. This is what you have to understand. This right here, this is what pays the bills. This is what keeps the lights on. This is what I have to do. I'm a YouTuber. They've effectively now been able to purge me off the website. So now I can't make money from live streaming. I can't make money from uploading content. I'm now going to start losing Patreon subscriptions.
Patreon is essentially another way to make money off of YouTube, because you have to censor a lot on YouTube, and people subscribe to get like, the full content, because Patreon is a lot more lenient with uh what you can talk about and what you could show. Coldraven doesn't charge much. I'm a patron on his YouTube channel, and I just want to say, Johnny, I really appreciate everything that you do. I've been watching you since I found you when you started covering these mixtapes. And this man has literally donated to my GoFundMe when I was homeless in Colorado. Like, he has done so much for me. And I've tried to give back in return in the community. I let him know about people trying to dox him on the Discord because they tried to get me involved directly. And I was a double agent because I'm not about to do Johnny like that. But yeah, no, you can't just take a man's job like that. That's awful.
because I'm going to be inactive. And in order to fight this, I now have to give these people my docs. I now have to give these people my contact information, my address. I currently cannot open up a P.O. box for private reasons. If you are a commentary channel and you want to know why, I'll be more than happy to tell you why. But as of right now, I would have to wait another month or two to be able to do that. So effectively, I am fucked. It's just one of those situations, bad timing, good timing on their part. Now, the reason why they're false striking me, I already have screenshots of them admitting why they're doing it. So, because these people like to make this content where baby ponies are getting tortured, I make fun of it. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be funny if these ponies got revenge on these individuals who are torturing them and these individuals who like to voice over this content?
I thought this was a really funny idea. It's not hate in any way. It's a drawing. It's a comic, and it should be out by now. I think Johnny's gonna go live and talk about it. I'm actually gonna check the stream out once this stream is over.
So I was commissioning a comic, excuse me, of these ponies pooping on them, right, in a comical sense. Because if you watch this pony comic shit, essentially these ponies go and say that they make poopy whoopies and they're always pooping everywhere, right? It's weird stuff. I don't know. You're
That's
looking at the
gross.
wrong guy. I just make fun of it out of satire. I think it's funny, satirically, right? So essentially, I was like, yo, what if these ponies made poopy whoopies on the people that are fucking, in voiceovering their torture and drawing it? I think that would be
Yeah, that would be really funny. Honestly, it's a good revenge story. Also, chat, let me know if like the audio is doubling down. Um and it sounds weird cuz I can't tell. But I just want to check with you before.
fucking funny. In a parody sense, like South Park, with the gay fish, and in a parody sense, like, you see in Futurama, you see it in Family Guy, American Dad, purely parody. Ever since then, these people have made it very well known that that was the last straw and that they will be doing what they're doing now. I have screenshots of them admitting it, all outlined. And yeah, this is what it is. Now, a legal process takes too long, and
Yeah.
essentially, I need help like today. A legal process would take months, maybe even a year, maybe some years. To whatever commentary channel out there wants to give your boy a hand, that is well appreciated. Make sure you hit me out on Instagram, Coldraven. That's the best way to reach me. Or you can hit me up on Twitter, Coldraven's Nest on Twitter. If you want to help me, it would be very appreciated. I would really appreciate it. These are false copyright strikes. I would be more than happy to prove it to the people who want to see it. If you want to see the proof, I can show you right now. These are false copyright strikes. And when you see the proof that I'm going to show you, you're probably going to be like, yo, what the fuck? You're going to pull your hair out of your head. You're probably going to say this is the worst case of a copyright strike ever. It's that blatant of a misuse. It is that blatant of abuse. I need somebody's help. Again, lyrics, Turkey Tom, Some Ordinary Game is critical. Jamari Speaks, Sense of Society, Chud Logic, and I've talked to a couple of you guys before in the past. I've brushed elbows with a couple of you guys. Hopefully, I made a decent enough impression.
I was going to say that he should talk to Nuxanor as well, but I just found out that Nuxanor is kind of being a hypocrite because he literally was trying to collab with Shadman after, you know, calling him out for drawing actual, children in inappropriate situations. Um, Especially during the Chris Tyson issues, where Chris Tyson literally has a art piece by Shadman on the wall. So, Nux, you're better than this. Come on now, man. But everybody else, they haven't shown any real bullshit and any hypocrisy. So, yeah, anybody that has a decent enough platform to talk about this needs to talk about it.
I know some, probably not so much, but hopefully I've made a decent enough impression for at least one or two of you to help me out here. As we do know, false copyright striking is a big issue on YouTube. This affects all of us, but I'm the one out here getting fucked on the spit roast. And essentially, again, I really didn't want to call out for other YouTubers to come to my aid because it was one of those things where it's like, I gotta be honest, some of you guys, I talked to you, but that was a year or two ago. Like, I haven't said anything to Jamari Speaks in like a year plus. Sense of Society, we talked like once or twice, many times. Like, dude, much long ago. This is 1 or 2 years ago, okay? And like Critical, he only knows me because I donate to his live streams and shit like that. So it's like, I don't really know these guys. I'm just acquainted with a few of them. So hopefully some of you guys could.
Well, you definitely know Wendigo. So, I mean, that's a start. And Wendigoon has all these connections. So, if anything, your closest asset, Johnny, would probably be Wendigoon. You could ask him to talk to other people about it, even if he doesn't make a video on it.
I hate to say it, do me a fucking favor. And it stinks that this is the fucking way that I have to talk to some of these individuals who I don't really know like that. But this is what's going on. And by the way, there's also other people talking about getting struck by gay roommate as well. I posted that on my Twitter.
Yeah, she was banned from the Fluffy Pony subreddit. The community that she's a part of.
There's people talking about her being a doxer on Reddit, talking about her being a fucking striker on Reddit. I made a video about that. I have since taken down that video specifically to prevent it from getting struck. Because even if I show art, that will get me a strike. Yes, by showing art. So I can't show any art. I can't show any clips. I can't.
And that's fucking stupid. I really think that's fucking stupid. I don't see why that should be a reason to get struck. I'm sorry, I don't. That is fucking bullshit to me. I do not give a fuck what anybody thinks. That is fucking bullshit. As an artist myself, if you show art and you are talking about that art, why should that get you a strike? Art is open for criticism. I know, as an artist, that I was really shitty with my art when I started. So, I took time to receive that criticism, practice, and get better.
Show nothing. If I put up art, they will strike it. If I put up clips, they will strike it. If I probably put up a picture of the YouTube channel, it will probably get struck. And these are not copyright claims. These are straight up strikes. And if you don't know how the YouTube system works, what they decide to do is that they give you an immediate strike. Strike off the bat. Okay, you get a strike. There's no, hey, we'll take down the video momentarily and we'll talk about this and we'll look into it and do an investigation. That's not what happens. What they do is they do an immediate strike. Your channel gets a strike. A video gets taken down. Then you have to send in your first name, your last name, your address, your phone number, and everything, all your personal information to the person who struck your channel. to fight said strike. That's unfortunately the way that YouTube works. And these people who are, she's been claimed to be a doxer, claimed to be a false striker, and now we're seeing I'm getting false strikes, and essentially you're gonna pretty much see my address posted somewhere on the internet. And if I start getting swatted, pizza bombed, all that other shit, we know the source and we know the root of the issue.
Also, I want to address gay roommate directly. Motherfucker, you are 10 years older than him. I posted on your community tab because I was pissed. He is 10 years younger than you, but you are acting like a child in this situation. Even if he actually used something that was worthy of a strike, you literally could have handled the situation completely different. You gloating, you laughing, you enjoying the fucking harassment that you are giving shows just how petty you are. This man is trying to come at you like an adult. You're both adults. So fucking act like it.
And there's no way I can really have accountability after the fact. But this is what it's going to be. This is just what it's going to be. I'm sorry to everybody who really thought this would go a different way. I genuinely didn't think that these individuals would not, would actually go out of the way to start banding together to strike, 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 strike. I genuinely did not expect that. Because I would be like, hey, that'd be pretty stupid for these people to do. Well, it looks like they are pretty fucking stupid. It is what it is, though. So, as of this video, I will effectively be leaving YouTube till further notice, unfortunately. Will I ever come back? I don't know. And the biggest issue that I'm having right now is because thousands of dollars were sent to me in the past, I want to say, few weeks. And this money, once we reached certain goals, I stated that, hey, we're going to go ahead and make a community comic. And now, essentially, these people are now fucking those individuals out of this community comic.
Also, you cannot get mad, gay roommate, because he is getting live stream donations. Because of you, he has no choice but to get live stream donations. At least he's fucking getting them. I'm happy for him because he is trying to find ways to continue his income. And also, you are fucking people over in a community that are coming together, regardless of what criticism it is. Like, it's not like they send death threats, which you claim. It's not like they actually used a picture of your face, which you claim. They are literally drawing something to criticize. If you can't handle that, why do you do this? And you're supposedly a teacher? Question mark. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? I don't have patience for people like you.
And you're fucking people out of thousands of dollars that they had spent to be a part of something. And that's just the way it is. Babe, do you think these people give a fuck? Gay roommate does not care. Fluffo does not give a fuck. And essentially, they're just yupping it up.
Sorry.
You know, I'll say this much. Enjoy it now while you enjoy it. Let's see what happens in the future. Hopefully somebody can, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. Hopefully somebody can do me a favor. I'm your boy Coldraven. I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.
I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, that's the first video. Now, there are some commentary channels that have, spoken out about this. Hold on. I had to turn my fan back on for a second. All right, so Days is a member of our community. He's a commentary channel that's spoken on it. Cable J Flame, Mothman Monster, this little lunatic. This little lunatic definitely talked about the Coldraven versus Plague Moth situation. Briani was pretty good about it. And then Cam Nuggets. But I really want to talk about Days because I've spoken to Days personally, and he said I was more than welcome to reference his video. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. He also interviewed Coldraven directly.
Days here, back from the DMV, and I usually treat the internet like a zoo. I walk past the exhibits, see the lions, see the tigers, the monkeys flinging shit at each other, and I just kind of point and laugh and enjoy it. But today isn't one of those occasions. Today, it's a lot more serious with something that is very serious and affects even me as a YouTuber, copyright claims. Yeah, the system that literally was made in the 1990s. You can look it up. I mean, in internet years, this shit is basically as old as the fucking Mayans itself. And a YouTuber named Coldraven's Nest actually just got one on his channel.
Also, chat, my mouth is going to be moving a lot during this video because the mic picks up the speaker while I don't have headphones. So it's going to sound like I'm the one speaking. I just want to make that clear. I am not talking unless I pause this video. Obviously you know that, but I just want to make it clear for anybody who joins.
By another YouTuber named Gay Roommate. Now, let's rewind a bit. How did we get here? So, on July 8th and July 27th, Coldraven uploaded his videos about the fluffy pony rabbit hole. Now, you might be sitting there. What is a fluffy pony? And it's something I can't really describe. It's something you have to witness and see for yourself, like a fucking Picasso painting or some shit. That's what I did. So
this is almost as fucked up as like the cub community, which is like lolly for furries. This is almost that level of fucked up.
Went to this individual's channel, Gay Roommate, and it's them voice acting over Art of Ponies getting tortured in the most horrific ways possible. Like, literally, fucking Tom and Jerry, Wile E. Coyote ways, but, like, with more blood and guts and shit like that. The first video I saw was a, like, commercial parody of a bunch of baby ponies getting sucked out of their mothers and aborted.
When I first watched this video and he said that, I just wanted to vomit.
Because they shit everywhere, and the entire time, you know how, like, sometimes you'll do, like, a baby voice to talk to your pet, like, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? That's the exact voice that this gay roommate person uses to talk about these videos, and it's some of the most gross and degenerate stuff I've ever seen. So of course, Raven saw this and decided to make some content about it, just making fun of it and, talking about how weird it is. Clear parody and clear fair use. However, 2 weeks later, only a couple days ago, Gay Roommate put a copy strike on Coldraven. Obviously.
Now, I don't understand why the fuck you would do this. This is literally 2 minutes that you took down. 89 days. That's almost 3 months exactly.
This is absolute bullshit, because if there was, such a pressing concern for copyrighted material within your project, why didn't you just copyright it immediately because you were aware of Coldraven this entire time. You knew about him and you even thanked him. Why would you copy strike someone that's directly leading to your success? It's not like he's leeching off of you. It's not like he's clout chasing. It's not like he's clout farming. He has twice the following you do. You're benefiting from it. So what's the problem? As you can even see in the community post she tried to use to
Bruh. This shit, I saw this shit yesterday, and I am so pissed on how you handled it. And we're not obvious teenagers. I am 24. Coldraven does not allow anybody in here, in his Discord, in his community, under 18. Okay. YouTube, you can't really control that, but he tries his best to keep it like PG-13. But he's still in the Mondo Gore community. Obviously, that is a subject matter that ultimately it is viewer discretion advised. You can't make this thing, especially when you did not put an age restriction on your shit. I'm doing my best to ignore him since your guy was bringing in views and subscribers. An effigy, you know what an effigy is? An effigy is an idol used to worship. You know, if you studied mythological history, art history, and, theology, maybe you would know that.
Explain herself, keyword tried. She admits she took the video down over criticism. See, she kind of contradicts herself as well. And for the fans he's sending here, again, Coldraven has sent no one to harass you.
He doesn't condone harassment. Yeah, criticism is one thing, but he does not condone harassment. He has said it 30 million fucking times. He said that to Plagued Moth, even though he fucking hates Plagued Moth, because Plagued Moth is a self-admitted predator.
The typical thing, I've said this over and over again, all these YouTubers do, this is like their fucking go-to move is to say, oh, I'm getting harassed, I'm getting death threats. No one is sending that to you. They're just making fun of you because you're weird and you're a child who can't handle it. Oh, before I forget, you might be wondering, how old is this person? Well, gay roommate is alleged to be in her 30s to 40s and a
hence why you are 10 years his elder. He's younger than me. Like, not by much, but he's younger than me. I'm 24. Okay? And yet you are acting like a fucking child.
Teacher. If that doesn't say how fucked the education system is nowadays, I don't know what is. Do you think if she's a kindergarten teacher, do you think she reads to, like, her, her kindergartners or, like, for frickin' rug time or whatever in that same voice? That's just weird to think about, that she uses the same voice to, like, read fucking Jack and the Beanstalk to toddlers and then, do it to ponies being fucking dismembered and skewered like rotisserie chickens. Just, I don't know, man. I just find it very ironic that Coldraven is half your age, yet he's acting like twice the adult you are, and has given you, plenty of chances to remove this copyright strike and not turn it into anything bigger. It's not a false copyright claim. He used the entirety of one of my voiceovers. It's not protected under fair use for a multitude of reasons. And now the artist is involved as well, since I made the voiceover at their request. First of all, why didn't you copyright the entire video then? Raven showed that you only copyrighted a section of it where he has the video paused. Are you literally trying to copyright his own voice, you dumb Neanderthal? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Also, I want to talk to the community of quote-unquote fans that Gay Roommate accumulated, because y'all called Johnny a snowflake. This man is like the antithesis of a snowflake. But y'all didn't even care enough to look through his history and actually understand who he is as a content creator and a person.
She later contradicts this by saying, I have done my best to ignore him since your guy was bringing in views and subscribers. So she's admitting here that she's, getting support and getting praise, because why would these people be subscribing to you to hate on you? That makes no sense. But the whole having a follower draw an effigy of me who they thought was me, looking afraid, cowering, hand raised, all because he doesn't approve of my content. Yikes. I mean, you're literally someone who profits off of cartoon ponies getting fucking dismembered. I don't think you can claim the moral high ground in this one. But yeah, what that's in reference to is the fact that gay roommates and another individual by the name of Magenta Demon have a similar avatar. So, this led to Coldraven mistaking them, and often,
Yeah, it was a
having
mistake,
the artist
man.
that he's working on for his comic commission. Which is another detail I didn't even get into. It's like, you say that Coldraven is hating on you so much, and he's so disgusted by you, and he just wants to see you fail, when he's making an entire pony comic. And you know what this horrible effigy is? You know what this disgusting, symbol is? It's art of her crying and getting pooped on by the ponies that she voiced over getting killed. This has been done countless of times. I mean, this is just standard parody or critique that any...
If you're so offended, why haven't you complained about things like South Park and Family Guy? They parodied in a similar fashion all the fucking time.
adult cartoon does. You've seen it a dozen times. One of the examples I can think of off the top of my head is, Just a Worm and all the different pictures he makes of YouTubers. Like, he doesn't
He does not discriminate, and he has really good fucking art.
Do you think like Mudahar is going out there, copy striking, the art that Just a Worm made because it's of his face? No, because that sounds fucking stupid. No one does that. Basically, Coldraven is just making a Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe parody, but instead of it being Deadpool, it's just a bunch of fucking ponies. Another big problem in this is the fact that when you copy strike someone on YouTube, you have to send them your full legal name and your address, along with, a lot of other identifying information. Now, this is especially a big problem because Gay Roommates has a history of being a serial doxer.
Doxing would be revealing non-publicly available information. Truly, he doxed himself. Okay. So... Oh, good job on the fact that you lost your job. But you literally did dox. It doesn't matter if the information is public. If it is personal information that can lead to somebody being in physical danger because of the knowledge of said information, it is doxing. It is illegal.
And, Coldraven has made it clear in the past that he doesn't live by himself. He has other people living with him. So now you're potentially putting Coldraven in a situation where he has to give his personal information over to a serial harasser and doxer when he has people living at his house. You're dragging innocent people into this stupid fucking pony feud because you can't be happy with the fact that he's making a comic making fun of you and your ego's that fucking massive, just like your forehead. Goddamn, bitch.
That is a 5-head. I thought Vegeta had a bad hairline. And that's a joke. That is a joke. I want you to say something. Because I don't make money off of YouTube.
That thing is so massive, I could land a fucking fleet of F-22s on there and still have space for Thanksgiving dinner.
God damn!
Let's play devil's advocate for a second. Maybe a Gay Roommate has been very, very busy. I mean, the school year just started up, and, maybe those kindergartners are freaking running circles around her. Maybe she hasn't had time to respond.
Yeah, sure, they're running circles around her.
She posted a video 2 days ago.
Wow.
So, yeah, as you can see, Gay Roommate is just clearly ignoring this and just letting the copy strike
She's
stay
clearly
on.
deranged.
And there's been a lot of different comments that she has also left as well, so let's go take a gander at those. I'm all for good-natured laughs and genuine critique.
Okay, so ponies pooping on you is violence? It's violence? Huh? Wow.
But once it crosses the line into implied violence towards me, nah. Just because I put out content someone doesn't approve of doesn't mean I deserve that. What the fuck do you think Coldraven's gonna do? Do you think it's gonna be like that one episode of South Park where Cartman trained a pony to bite Scott Tenorman's dick off, but instead, Coldraven's gonna train a pony to shit on your forehead? No one's advocating for anything against you in real life. Again, they're just taking a caricature, a cartoon of you, and making fun of you, getting pooped on because you talk about ponies pooping and ponies, dying and getting aborted for it. His use of the video isn't fair use, like his fault.
It's not transformative, informative, and is actively harming my channel. You post fetish content, essentially. It's not going to be transformative. Sure, it'll be informative about what you do and who you are, but fair use is about educating and informing. That doesn't mean that it has to be in a positive light. That's, God. That's like trying to copyright strike Moist Critical for talking shit to Sneeko about him being a fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? I lose brain cells the more I hear about this person. I'm sorry.
Followers are insisting because it's not transformative, informative, and is actively harming my channel at this point. Oh, but you just said that you were benefiting from subscribers. Which is it? Are you being hurt by Coldraven's videos, or are you being blessed by them? Is this the greatest miracle since sliced bread? I don't think we're going to get an answer on this one. This is fucking Schrodinger's pony here. Holy shit. Another thing that I saw a gay roommate criticize Coldraven for was the fact that, he's just a clout chaser and he's just in things to make money. First of all, he's in Mondo Gore. Like, he literally talks about, shock tapes and stuff like that, like 2 girls, 1 cup, and, the Mexican cartel beheadings.
And Luca Magnotta, and things like that. MD Pope. Fucking fetus munchers. He can't really make money off of that.
That shit is like the hardest things to monetize on YouTube. Like, literally, you'd probably be better off just turning on your camera, shouting a bunch of slurs at the mic, and uploading that and getting money off of that than, fucking trying to monetize Mondo Gore. If he just wanted to clout chase, why wouldn't he just do something like talk about, fucking Mr. Beast, it being the end for Mr. Beast 13 times in a row? It gets even more funnier when you realize that this person has a Cash App in their fucking bio. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. So, if you were just really inspired and touched by, this...
Feel free to tip me on Twitch, you guys. Feel free to tip me on Twitch if you like my stuff. I'm so desperate for money. I'm so desperate for clout.
Reading of a pony getting beheaded, in a fucking voice that sounds like Ike from South Park, you can throw a couple dollars to them. How the fuck are you gonna criticize anyone else, for making money off of you when you literally have a fucking tip on this dude? But with that, I just have one thing to say. Copyright striking anyone to suppress criticism is disgusting. There's no place on YouTube for it, especially with the fact of how outdated their laws are. And let me say this, gay roommates, you are going to lose. You know why? Because there's this thing called legal precedent. There's, groundbreaking cases that establish a precedent of how the law is going to rule.
Johnny should talk to Legal Eagle. Just saying.
Now, I don't know if you remember, but a while back, one of the guys that H3H3 called out tried to sue him, and he fucking won and gutted them out. So the fact that you think you're above that is genuinely baffling to me. There is a precedent of YouTubers getting justice for bullshit copyright claims. And I hope that you get your channel deleted because you genuinely are a disgusting person. I almost forgot to include this, but if you look on the Fluffy Pony subreddit, they talk about the fact that Gay Roommate was actually banned from their Reddit. Imagine that. Your own community of Fluffy Pony freaks fucking
Combative to the mods.
ejected you out. If that doesn't speak volumes about your character, I don't know what will. Again, the fact you're willing to bring, the people around Coldraven who live with him into this is fucking disgusting. You are a fundamentally bad person, Gay Roommate. You are the person who doesn't deserve a platform. And I can only pray that when the dust settles and all of this is over, that when I click on your channel the next time, it's gonna have that little, sideways face and say channel terminated. Finally, I'm putting up the bat signal here. I'm sending out this message to any commentary channels that have...
I am too, please. Somebody. We need larger coverage on this.
Any poll, anyone at all, no matter how big or how small, please spread this. This needs to spread like wildfire because the copyright system is something that affects us all. No matter what you cover, if you're fucking Mudahar talking about deep web browsing or your Turkey Tom talking about how big of a shit Destiny took, we need to unite in this. We can't leave anyone behind and tell them that this is okay to keep doing. They have a history of doing this and it needs to stop now. The buck stops here. You made your choice, Gay Roommate. You had time to make and think about your actions. And just like the Great Wings of Redemption says...
Consequences have actions, Pip.
Wings of Redemption.
It's my ass real quick. Sorry about that, yeah.
My bad. Okay. Shout out to Daze for letting me reference his video. And I reacted to it a minute. Okay. So... yeah, that is the situation as of right now, and the comic's still going on. There's gonna be live streams every day. Go check out Coldraven on Coldraven's Nest on YouTube. He also has Coldraven and Coldraven Rants. And go check him out on Twitch, because homie needs all the help that he can get. Give me a second. We're gonna go to the next subject, but I did want to bring this up for today. So yeah,